The Handbook for Rewiring the Planet. A practical guide to learning how attention shapes reality and how thoughts become things. Chapter 1. In the event of a star-swept occurrence, such as a sudden rearrangement of constellations or an unexpectedly philosophical comet, one should first check one's pockets for the small, indispensable things. A pen that still writes, a handkerchief bearing a faded map of the inside of one's head, and an attitude sufficiently unruffled to accommodate miracles. The Handbook for Rewiring the Planet opens rather sensibly, with an instruction that sounds suspiciously like advice and reads like a suggestion from the cosmos. Thoughts are sticky. They begin as wisps of attention, and, if left unattended, thicken into grooves of reality that persist until someone notices and changes the groove. This is not a suggestion about platitudes or the sort of morning affirmation jargon sold beside next-day shipping. It's a practical, slightly alarming manual on habit and attention, written in a tone halfway between an engineering spec and a kindly neighbor, offering you a cup of tea while dismantling your broken iPhone. Chapter 2. Homo sapiens. The species widely admired for inventing both art and awkward small talk were once described by someone, with a taste for understatement, as surprisingly adaptable. This handbook prefers a different descriptor. Co-creators. Not in the messy, metaphysical sense that requires an advanced degree in cryptic metaphors, but in the fluid, dignified sense that thoughts produce outcomes, the way a lever produces motion. Thoughts, when properly directed, pull the world into shapes they favor. The trick, one of many, but a crucial and delightfully domestic one, is learning to be deliberate about the pulling of the lever. Step 1. Notice what you're thinking. Think of your attention as a garden path lined with lanterns. Thoughts wander along like small, curious animals. Some nibble at the hedges such as gratitude and plans in the works. Some burrow under the soil, like worry and grudges. And some simply dart away chasing shiny things like money and old arguments. Standing on the path means you can watch them moving along without getting tripped up. When you can observe the animals without following them into their burrows, you can choose which to invite into your strawberry patch. Step 2. Choose the creatures that build. Thoughts that habitually dwell on scarcity, fear, and smallness are efficient builders of those same things. On the flip side, thoughts that linger on abundance, curiosity, and repair are blueprints for things beyond your wildest dreams. This is not mystical algebra. It's cause and effect, with better lighting. If it helps, imagine your thought as a tiny garden creature who likes funky hats and fresh vegetables. Feed him good ideas. Images of gardens, plans with flow and style, and friends who have green thumbs, and can help with demolishing what's no longer needed. Step 3. Practice with small systems. Rewiring a planet feels like a job for committees and people in long coats with clipboards. That is an option. But the handbook recommends beginning with the lamp in your kitchen. Decide intentionally. The lamp is not merely for light. It is a proof of intentional action. Think of the lamp as a treaty between intention and outcome. Flip it on with the particular thought. Let there be light that invites repair, and notice what changes. Plant a seed, literally or figuratively, and observe the negotiation that follows. Chapter 3. There will be resistance, and it will be bureaucratic, eloquent, and sometimes dressed as a very sincere list of things you must do first. Resistance enjoys order, forms, and meetings. When resistance shows up, salute it. Acknowledge its paperwork, and then ask whether its role is to preserve a system that is working, or to preserve the habit of preserving systems. If the answer toes the line toward preservation of habit, you may proceed to gently, but firmly reassign priority. Chapter 4. Each night, when the lamps of the world are doing the quiet work of being steady, pause for a breath, and treat your attention like a small tool laid on the table. Name one thought you tended well today, and one you will gently rewire tomorrow. Keep the ritual brief, precise, and free of ceremony. Over the next few weeks, this modest practice will accumulate like careful repairs to a roof. Unflashy, almost invisible from day to day, but unmistakable when storms arrive. Remember, mastery here is not the eradication of error, but the steady choosing of better patterns. When enough hands learn this craft, the planet's wiring will finally reflect the designs people are willing to come together to co-create. The future is all in your hands now. Let's co-create and rewire the planet together.